Howdy folks, I'm going to quickly go over how to transfer your WordPress site from your server that is hosted to a local environment. I'm going to assume that you have access to PHP MyAdmin on your hosting environment or hosted environment, and that you have installed the WAMP server stack for your local environment. A couple other things we're going to initially set up here. We're going to make sure that under Apache and Apache modules that the rewrite module is loading. So we're going to check that. We're also going to go into the httpd.conf file, and we're going to make sure that the rewrite module is uncommented, that it doesn't have the little pound sign in front of it. And that the allow override is set to, did I spell that right? There we go. Allow override is set to all, both here under this line of this bit of code here, and lower down here under the CGI bin directory. So you want that allow override variable set to all. And then we're going to go into PHP MyAdmin on your hosted environment and export your WordPress database. Now we're in PHP MyAdmin, and as you can see I have a few databases here. I'm going to go ahead and select my WordPress database. The server appears to be running pretty slowly. Alright, so now I'm going to export. And I'm going to make sure that everything is selected, which it is. It's being exported as a SQL file. Click go, and you can see it is exporting that file as we speak down here in the lower left. Alright, looks like that has run. I'm going to bring this to my other monitor. I know you can't see it. Now I'm going to put this file on my desktop that I just exported. It's there. Close this out, and now I'm going to go to my local instance of PHP MyAdmin, which I go to the WAMP server and click on, whoops. Go to the WAMP server, click on PHP MyAdmin, and then I'll go to the local version. I'm going to close this out, and then I'm going to go ahead and create a new database. The project I'm working on is SceneClips, so I'll do that. Create. So that's been created, and now we're in the database. So I'm going to import this SQL file. Let me choose the file. Oh, one quick configuration thing. I have a limitation here of 2 megs. My SQL file is bigger than 2 megs, so we're going to quickly go and change a parameter so that we can import a file that is larger than that limitation. So let's go ahead and load up our PHP Ini file to make that adjustment. We're going to go to WAMP, PHP Ini, and once we're inside this file, we're going to go down to the file uploads section. It's somewhere in here. I think. Let's use our handy Control F. File. There we go. File uploads. And we're going to change the upload max file size from 2 megabytes to, I'll just change it to 50. I'm going to save the file. I'll close this, and then I need to restart services. So restart all services. I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this, and I will go back into my WAMP server and launch PHP MyAdmin and go to my database that I created. Click on the import tab, and there you can see that change reflected. I'll choose my SQL file, which I put on the desktop. Open that up and click go. So now that is being imported, all those tables. Looks like it finished successfully. Now as you can see, all the tables have been imported into this database that I created. I'm going to go and adjust two things right from the get-go. Those are the site URL, and that is going to be localhost/sceneclips, and that is, let me show you quick here, WAMP. That is the directory that I created inside the www folder. And then we're gonna click go. And then there's one more that I'm gonna change, and I believe it's on the next page. And that one is, here we go, the home page. That is also going to be localhost/sceneclips. Click go. Alright, now there's one last thing that I'm going to do in order to, or before we fire up my local WordPress site, and that is I'm going to get all the files from the server, zip them up, and then put them here on my local sceneclips directory. Alright, so now I have that zip file open. As you can see right here, the directory structure of the WordPress install. I'm going to go ahead and drop them in the sceneclips directory under www. I'm just going to overwrite whatever is there. Yep, that sounds good. Let's overwrite that. Let's do that. Copy and replace. And now we need to make one last adjustment here, and that's to the WP config file, which can properly hook it into our database. Database name has changed. That database name is now sceneclips. DB user, if you didn't modify that at all, it should still be root. Password on WAMP, there is no password. Localhost, that looks good. Everything else in here should be good. Alright, so that's saved. Close out of this. And then close this, clean up my desktop a little. Grab a new browser tab, and then let's go to localhost/sceneclips and cross our fingers. There we go. Now, one last little problem you're going to run into. We have rewrites on, turned on in Apache. Everything in our files are configured right, but if we click on a link, it goes back to the basic WAMP page. I was quite puzzled about this at first, very frustrated. Then I found out the fix, which is easy, and just took me a while to find it. So let's go to our admin, log in, and the fix for this is going to be to go down to permalinks under settings. All you're going to do is click save changes, pop a new tab open, localhost, sceneclips. There we go, and as you can see, everything is now working. So now I get to play around with the design and development of the site on my own local WAMP stack. Hope this helps somebody out there. Take care.